Hi, I'm Shannon McGee, franchise owner with Network in Action and strategic business consultant, serving Nashville and the metropolitan area as well as nationwide. And today I have Angela Rakis with Metis Sales Solutions. Thanks for joining me, Angela.
Thank you, Shannon. It's great to see you today.
So tell me a little bit more about your story. Tell me what led you to where you are today and starting your own business several years ago.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting story. I was working at IBM in my 30s and loving it. Really, really loving being a
Yesterday.
salesperson for IBM. And but at one point I said to myself, I will be out of corporate America by the time I hit 50. And never really had a plan, just knew that was the goal, the plan. Fast forward, I went on to work for ACS Xerox, selling for them, and then helped two smaller companies that had private equity backing and were going through a fast growth spurt and really needed to put in process and that rigor and accountability into the sales process. So a great friend of mine from IBM, we went over and I worked with him and helped put all of our IBM training into play, and it worked. And the company grew, and they got acquired years later. Their
Very nice.
competition called, knocked on my door, said, "Come do that for me." So I went and did it again. Uh,
Perfect.
Super fun. And they sold. Found myself working for another global company, and I'm like, that's really fun. I like doing that. I like working with small, medium-sized companies that have this desire for sales growth, expansion, that strategy and process piece. And it just so happens that my 50th birthday was my last day working for somebody else. And so I started my own company focused solely on that, helping small, medium businesses figure out their sales strategy, their growth strategy, anywhere from the strategy to the infrastructure and all the tools that go into supporting that strategy, and then long-term support after that and whatever that might look like. But that's how I got here.
What a fun story. Not more importantly, like that you figured out what not only what you're really great at, but what you enjoy doing as a way to help others grow, right? I love that. So what are some of the pain points a company might be experiencing that typically should consider reaching out to you or kind of, where do you come in and help them? Like, what do we need to listen for?
Sure. A lot of founders and CEOs will be the sole salesperson or the lead
Mhm.
salesperson for those first few years of their business launch. And then they need to move on and go be a CEO and have a sales team underneath them. So that's where I can step in and pull all of that out of their head, all of their strategy, all their vision, all the value prop, put it into a formal sales strategy, and then implement a team to support that strategy. So a founder who's ready to take it to the next level and step out of being the lead salesperson. Or if we've got a company that's kind of stagnated in their growth, like they can
Mhm.
never get over a certain threshold, no matter what they do, they're just kind of stuck. I can come in and have that outside perspective and go, what about this? What about this? Try this. Let me look at the numbers and really help go through. So when we talk about strategy, it's how do you see your company growing? Are we going to expand product lines? Are we going into new geographies? Is it a merger and acquisition? Like, what's your vision, Mr. CEO? And pull
Mhm.
that out. And plus all the financials, right? Do we want top line growth? Are we going to focus on net profits? Are we trying to diversify our client base? What are these strategies? And let's document it and then figure out how we're going to get there together. And so those are really the two main ones where people come knock on my door.
What's great about that is a lot of times people know these are things that they need to do, but
Mhm.
it's not just they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the time, right? They're so busy in their business, they don't have that time. And having a partner like you come in and help them and challenge them and drive something forward is a lot of times what can take to kind of get over that hump, that stagnation, right? That you're solely focused on this while there's focused on all of these things.
Exactly.
Bringing in that partner. So I'm sure you have lots of great, client stories, but is there one you can think of you might want to share?
I don't know about one in particular, but in general, I get super excited about my clients and their growth. So right now, I've got two clients in the works that are working on their largest deals ever. One just closed last week, so I'm so excited for her. Biggest deal she's done, probably doubled her business. And
Wow.
I got another one. We submitted a proposal. It will triple their revenue if they get it.
Wow.
So, like, I'm so excited for my clients and what they're accomplishing and what we're doing together, and that I just get to go along and help them on that journey.
That's awesome. And what people don't realize unless they've been there is when that opportunity to write, propose your biggest deal ever, it's not easy. It's entirely different than anything you have done before when it is that biggest. So having another set of eyes, your
Mhm.
experience to say, okay, now that this is kind of in a different realm, how do we structure that? What do we need to do? What do we need to say? That's it's so exciting. Like I'm so excited for your clients, but really I'm excited that you're where you need to be helping others, passionate about growing their businesses. So I love that. So Angela, if someone wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to reach you?
Absolutely. Email or telephone. My number is 513-374-1253. Metis Sales Solutions is the website. And obviously, there's a contact us button there as well. And I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. So if you want to kind of get a feel for my personality and how I approach things, join me over there too.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining me today, Angela.
Thank you, Shannon.